everyone, I'm Ruobing Mei, a grade 9 student from China. Today my topic is a new harmony. What is harmony? This beautiful word literally means living well together. I believe that in our daily life, we have seen many senses of harmony. Harmony between family members, harmony between friendly exchanges between countries, and harmony in society. Normally, harmony is somewhere between two and above. But today, with World Speech Day, I would like to talk about harmony with myself. Some people may wonder, how can there be conflicts with themselves? In fact, in my life, I often need to face a dilemma, and when I do not reach a harmony with myself, I will often fall into a situation of regret after making the choice. Vaguely remember when I was primary grade school grade 4, we had a class cleaning, but unfortunately my task was to clean the blackboard, but unfortunately there was no napkin in hand, so I asked girl 1 to help me draw some napkins from girl 2. At that time, I thought I had a good relationship with girl 2, and I was going to tell her later. However, this scene was seen by girl 3 who was passing by. 2 days later, when it reached girl two's ears, it had progressed to that I had asked girl 1 to draw nearly half a packet of paper from girl 2 without permission. But as soon as I met girl 2, I told her that I borrowed some of her napkins and I said that I was sorry. However, the relationship between us still deteriorated, and I was even isolated by girl 2, girl 3, and other girls in the class because of this incident. Therefore, I was always troubled by this incident throughout the fourth grade. Although I thought I had done nothing wrong, I still apologized to them again and again. Humble hope can get their forgiveness. However, after this experience, I suddenly found that I had always been concerned about maintaining harmony with others, but ignored my real feelings. Therefore, since the fifth grade, whenever I encounter interpersonal problems, I will first ask my own will and then make decisions based on my own inner thoughts, rather than blindly catering to others. Since then, I've had a handwritten slogan on my desk.
Harmony is a state of agreement and tranquility. It could be a peaceful state of mind, a steady and connected life, or a world free from fights and wars. It provides us with more space and time to create joy and peacefulness, to spend time with our families and friends, and even to create win-win situations based on friendly relationships. This is what we need. The school campus, our second family, gathers like-minded people from different places and nationalities. We just get together and grow up with mutual encouragement. The campus is also a small society composed of many students. As a member of this society, I have an obligation to make it develop in a better direction. Therefore, I ran for the class council election at the beginning of my high school career and was successfully elected as the monitor. Taking on the role of the monitor has made me more concerned about how to communicate effectively and maintain good relationships with peers from different backgrounds and with different personalities. I respect every one of them and their opinions. Even when communicating different suggestions, I will do so with their emotions in mind. Secondly, I think it is important to give them some positive encouragement. Even though I have a lot of work to do as a monitor, the joy I feel when I see my classmates getting along so well and getting improvement in study is incredible. In our class, most students will trust our teachers and ask for advice from them on issues of study and extracurricular and activities. Most of the time, our teachers are like our friends and will solve our problems in our shoes. And you can often see in our class mutual encouragement to each other before competitions, enthusiastic, heartfelt congratulations after victory, and also warm, comforting after failures. From our class as a collective, I have learned more about the harmony, which is also one of the most representative concepts in Chinese traditional culture, which is based primarily on the principle of loving others while exercising self-discipline, and it is also what we have been pursuing. Therefore, I will cherish harmony nowadays, carry forward the concept of harmony to more people, and make myself stronger to.
Hello everyone, my name is Aoxue Zhao. The topic of speech today is human and wild animals. These days, harmony has become increasingly important. When it comes to topics on harmony, we often think of world peace, environment, and religious. But today, I will focus on human and wild animals. As is known to us all, COVID-19 was organically found in bats because someone unknown ate wild bats, he became infected. Since then, the virus has gone viral. There are two things reflecting that humans hurt wild animals. The first one is poaching. A few years ago, poaching was rampant and many poachers shot and killed wild animals. Why did they kill the wild animals? Because of fur trading. In that period, everyone wanted clothes made of animals' fur. They killed when poachers see the business opportunity, they killed wild animals and make clothes from their fur. Therefore, many animals died out or endangered. But right now, many countries start to make laws to protect the animals, and they also have strictly investigating poaching and enforce the laws to punish the poachers. The second is excessive exploitation of the environment by human beings, which lead to the destruction of the habitat of wild animals, the displacement of and homelessness of many animals. But now people has increased their awareness of protecting the environment, so many countries are improving the ecological environment, paying attention to the protection of existing habitats and establishing natural reserves. For me, I will not buy fur coats and other goods. In real life, I will also try my best to protect wild animals. I hope together.
Hello everyone. My topic for today's speech is about human and environment. Human beings are judged and aware of sense of pity only while killing. We have read too many national comments which confused all of us. Indeed, What it does matter is that we, as the offspring of monkey, jump out of the food chain from thousands of years ago to become human beings. From that day, we are under the fate of final justice. But what kind of killing is happening on that island? Countless dolphins hang upside down on the ship, and their bodies pass through the ocean. The fisherman looked at the bloody sea with a smile, turned around, and continued to slaughter with the rotten institutions without any sympathy. The island, the cove, is fishing boat. There are 12 of them waiting till the dolphins come by. The boats then put these long poles in the water, which have a fragile on the bottom, and they just bang on these poles with hammers. They are killing dolphins without any limits. This is our tradition, this is our culture. You don't understand us. Well, the truth is, how can it be their culture, their tradition, if the locals don't even know about it? We need to know the essence of killing of dolphins and the root causes of opposing this discriminate killing. It's not how cute the dolphins are, nor how cruel it is to kill creatures. First of all, let's talk about why dolphins are special. First, they are already wild and belong to nature, different from livestock. And second, they are self-conscious and think about their own lives, distinguished from other ordinary seafood. That is to say, creatures like dolphins are on an equal footing with human beings in nature, and we have no right to kill them of their liberty and lives. When you go swim in the sea, whales and dolphins come to you, which is one of the most incredible experiences ever. It is so humiliating that this wild animal will come and be so interested in you. Even if you two don't talk obviously, you could really feel that you are communicating with each other. Let you rub its belly, looking forward for love and touch. Though there's no need to scold the country because of problem we have been ignorant for a long time, what we need to know is that after all these problems, there must be interest, politics, speech control, how civilized. We have passed the age of credibility. Each culture has its own views. After continuous collision, we should find a compromise that is beneficial to dolphins, nature, and human beings. Anger and tears are useless until you transform it into action. Any stories that happens to them will, and more likely, happen in a society like our own. How many people are willing to stop and take a look at these diving lives every minute and seconds? If we can stop it, if we can fix it, there's no hope. Let me close with a famous saying, only if we understand can we care. Only if we care will we help.
Hello everyone, I'm Jake. It's nice to see you. In my speech, we are going to go back to the Asian environment and to look at the most enormous transformation to the nature caused by creatures beside dinosaurs. They are humans. Even though humans existed later and time stays shorter than dinos, we have already changed many factors in the nature. Some we have caused some harmful results. So today, let's talk about the harmony we need to do with the nature. We've learned history. We know the development of human brain was getting stronger and smarter the day by the day. As our knowledges are getting progress, we start ask for the nature to help us to create our inventions. We start at it's the big step of human, but also it breaks the contract between nature and us. That humans started violently grabbing resources from the pure nature. Let's talk about this from recent several centuries, when China was still in dynasty. People have already invented many kinds of objects. For example, the things doing with exploding. They cost many kinds of material to make. Nowadays, people use these things a lot. They produce an incredible amount. Trees, animals, weather, they all influenced by people digging for the ores and do these things, so on and so on. I heard about a news before. Humans throw trash every day. Almost every day we waste about thousands of hundreds tons of rubbish. It's hard to compose. Large amounts of trash are filled underground. It brings bad effect to the soil. Also, it costs a lot of time for decomposing. It's not eco-friendly. Now, to me, I think to balance the nature and us is hard to do. Even though nature is not always the good one. People they destroy the environment. But nature also hurts people. I can't do fairly judgment. I just know. Now human goes too far. Human does too many harmful things to the nature. Remember, we are part of the nature. Nature looks like our home. We live in it. We can decorate it, repaint it, but definitely not destroy it. I knew nature and I need a new harmony. I've got attention about that. Everyone needs to take their responsibility for protecting their home, reducing the waste. Every single thing you've done can push nature, your home.
Hi, I'm Howard, and I want to tell you a way that AI and humans can coexist harmoniously. So artificial intelligence is becoming good at many human jobs, diagnosing disease, translating languages, providing customer advice. And it's improving fast, so it's reasonable for people to become fear that AI will ultimately replace human workers throughout the economy. However, as one of the young generation, I agree that the most interesting questions are not about whether humans can beat machines or vice versa, but how the two forms of intelligence can most fruitfully collaborate, and how organizations can best facilitate those collaborations. We all know that humans and AI can either specialize to perform different tasks or not, either in sequence or in parallel. So I think specialization seems the way to go when there's a clear advantage for one type of intelligence at some portions of a task. For example, studying a language is both time-consuming and challenging for me. Therefore, I'll be intending to expand the translation tools used in sci-fi programs such as Doctor Who or Star Trek, where I can hear people talking in their native tongue. Although this might be far from reality, the main advantage of AI translator tool in comparison to human translators is that AI is both quicker and cheaper. A very common adaptation of AI translator tool might be the live captioning in meeting applications such as Zoom. I'm sure that this adaptation will benefit more people because the instant translation and the caption really helped me through a lot. As I was taking the winter camp funded by University of Toronto, the terminology that the professor used to describe economy activity literally bummed me out. Fortunately, before I gave up trying to understand what the professor was saying and taking off the class, I found that Zoom provides instant translation, which enabled me to look the terms up. Thanks to this small multifunction, I got an A in the end. And I know that AI translation played a huge role here. Moreover, AI tools will let you translate a large number of languages, whereas a human may only be able to translate one or two. In the near future, AI will continue to emerge as a pivotal element of communication tools, working to overcome complex language, cultural, and geographic barriers. When these advanced tools mature and become pervasive, we'll quickly start to recognize real return on investment, helping business to enter new regions and foster relationships with existing markets. Whether in Beijing, Tokyo, or New York, people are building towards a more connected business world, and AI will eventually become the singular thread that links us together, enabling our more seamless collaboration ecosystem and
Honorable judges, today my topic is mask, a patch on the loophole of COVID crisis. And now I'm going to share and talk about two different pictures. The first picture was taken in 2019, before COVID-19. People were talking freely and smiling happily with their friends. And now I'm going to share to you the second picture, which was taken some days ago. And we can also see people were playing happily with their friends, but there is a piece of cloth on their nose and mouth. This piece of cloth was called a mask. In 2020, the deadly disease caused by COVID-19 burst out in Wuhan, China, then spread out rapidly to the whole world. WHO and government of all countries started to fight against the virus side by side and hand in hand. Big countries, organizations, and companies started to develop vaccines and medicines for all nations. Regular people were required to follow the anti-epidemic measures. As the war continues, WHO leaders and the famous doctors around the world warned us that we may have to live with the virus for quite a long time. Until now, the smart deadly virus has affected 430 million people and killed nearly 6 million. From Delta to Omicron, the virus restlessly ruins many people's lives. Under this bad situation, it seems that wearing a mask is becoming a must. Before COVID-19, if we would wear a mask on the street, people may think that we're sick and they may stay away from us. But now, if we don't wear a mask, people will also think we're sick and also step away from us. So we're also not allowed to go into hospitals, banks, airports, or even a small supermarket without wearing a mask. I'm lost in thought. In both photos, people are all very happy with their friends, with or without mask. Why? We ski in summer, we skate in winter. We eat Chinese food in Guangzhou, and we eat Western food in London. The situation has changed, and also we should change ourselves to fit the new situation, and thus reach a new harmony.
Sitting in front of the television, the whole family was excited to watch the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics. Watching the wonderful ice dance, the little shiny torches, the snowflakes in the center of the stage, I suddenly had a question in my mind. How has China changed in the recent years, decades, and decades? I feel like everything in China has changed, and yet nothing has changed. Then I suddenly thought of the 2008 Olympic Games. In 2008, Zhang Yimou, a famous Chinese director, gave the world a grand, hard, and powerful opening ceremony of the Beijing Olympic Games. It was a great moment for all the delegations and the athletes to walk through the huge ice 5 rings and enter the stadium through the Chinese gate. It shows that the Chinese people are open to the world and welcome athletes from all over the world to visit China. If the opening ceremony of the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games contains the epitome of Chinese 5,000 years traditional culture, then the opening ceremony of 2022 Beijing Winter Olympic Games dissolved the traditional Chinese culture into details. Solar terms, Chinese nog, zodiac, and other Chinese items contained therein. More part is the elastic scientific and technological achievements, such as artificial intelligence, machine vision, 5G, traditional and future intervened in this moment, forming a harmonious scene. The concept of snowflakes has been floated since the beginning of the downtown, with the guide wearing a costume with snow and ice pattern, and holding a snowflake. Each snowflake represents a country and region. Snowflakes from all over the world converge in Beijing to become the most dazzling snowflakes, and eventually become the most unique torch of these Winter Olympics, with the name of the all participating countries and regions live on it. With the epidemic spreading all over the world, harmony between people and countries should be brought to an unprecedented level. After learning the background of the opening of the Winter Olympics, I understand. China has indeed changed. It has made tradition, the modern technology, more harmonious and more compatible with each other. Also, China does not change.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Zhuang from Qingdao Academy. Today, I'm going to deliver a speech about artificial intelligence. The famous British scientist Stephen Hawking once said that humans' effort to create intelligent machines threaten their existence. This kind of worry can also be seen often in film and television works, such as Terminator, The Matrix, and other movies depicting a terrifying or gloomy future. Humans were enslaved, exterminated, or kept as pets. Let's trace back to the history of the development of artificial intelligence in order to take a careful look on its disadvantages of it. With the advent of the era of the first industrial revolution in the 1760s, machines replaced manual labor, causing social changes. Because the widespread use of machines made many handicraftsmen go bankrupt and a large number of workers lost their jobs, the workers at that time used simple and crude methods to destroy the machines. But looking at it today, hundreds of years later, have workers lost their jobs due to the machines? No. Instead, there's a shortage of supply. In the second industrial revolution, electrical appliances have become a new energy source that supplements and replaces steam engines. Subsequently, electric lights, trams, and movie projectors came out one after another, and human beings entered the electric age. Recently, with the advent of the digital age, the emergence and penetration of artificial intelligence have enabled the human brain to think at a higher level, thereby triggering changes on a larger scale. Artificial intelligence also takes part in major events and did a fairly well job. At the 2022 Winter Olympics that ended a few days ago, I saw all the benefits that artificial intelligence brings to human beings, whether it's the robot in the restaurant or cheetah in the athlete dormitories. All of them demonstrate China's powerful artificial intelligence technology and its important role in promoting social development. Furthermore, artificial intelligence can perform tasks that humans cannot do well with high efficiency. On the other hand, artificial intelligence and other aspects it involves will become the most valuable, meaningful, and important technology in the world in the future according to current trends. However, although artificial intelligence has brought countless benefits to human beings, whether human beings can coexist harmoniously with artificial intelligence has become one of the most worrying topics for people in the future. With the continuous development of technology, artificial intelligence will develop autonomous consciousness in the future, and whether they can obey human orders at that time is a vague question. It can be seen that the current achievements in the practice and application of artificial intelligence are still in the stage of weak artificial intelligence with non-autonomous consciousness. This realization of self-awareness by machines cannot be achieved in a short time. What we can do is to improve technology, optimize algorithms, and continuously improve machine learning and assistance capabilities. Although future artificial intelligence will produce autonomous consciousness, it is we, humans, who endow them with these capabilities. From a certain point of view, we have absolute control over them. Artificial intelligence will help us through these difficult times, and we will continue to improve the technology so that humans and autonomous robots can live the lives they aspire to. Therefore, we should not ask whether artificial intelligence will replace humans or whether computers can win Turing's imitation game. We need them to do things that humans can't do well. This is about artificial intelligence needs to study specific problems. Only in this way can artificial intelligence truly develop towards practical applications.